Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So, all right, this is future me after watching playback on what I recorded just a few minutes ago. I felt like I needed to jump in and just say from the onset how excited I am about this partnership with Westcott. If I'm to be perfectly honest, it's really surreal, and I wanted to do this completely unscripted, just kind of put my thoughts out there, and I feel like it might have come off a little more somber than I wanted to. This whole experience of creating these light mods and everything that's happened over the last couple years, coming to this point is just really it's a lot to take in and process. I mean, that it's just very surreal. So I'm going to send it back to the video, but just please, y'all know that, and I'm looking forward to everything coming in the future with Westcott, and I can't, well, first of all, I'm just glad it's out there, and I can't wait to get to work and get some more cool stuff out for y'all. So I'm sending it back. I don't even know how to really start this video, to be honest. As you can see, I'm wearing something different today, and obviously I'm not a professional at doing these videos, and it's been quite a ride the past, I guess, 3 years on YouTube, and working with or working for my clients, creating videos for y'all, going through what we went through in 2020, creating pro light mods, and that whole genesis is pretty much a result of starting this YouTube channel, if I'm really honest. And you can go back to the history of things I've done videos on in the past, but when everything shut down, I was left with really nothing to do, because the basis of my business was traveling and working with your, I guess, mostly top athletes in their sports, and access, obviously sports was shut down, access to people was shut down, travel was shut down. So as being a creative person, my only outlet really that I could come up with was to start making these videos and creating content for y'all. And as that evolved, interacted with some people that I've met here on social media, going through some of the same type things, I was able to kind of refocus my creativity in different areas, and pretty much kind of came up with different things that led to these modifiers. When I'm being the backdrop with the strips in it, and making a video using that and putting that here on YouTube, and then getting so much of a response that I made a secondary video about how to create one of those. And that's kind of been the spirit of this channel, is to share what I learned, my knowledge, to help y'all out as working photographers, enthusiasts, hobbyists, wherever you're coming from. And the response from all that kind of really, I guess, motivated me to come up with something that I could make that would be easier to use, that would be mobile, and where you could get that same effect that I was getting on set with my clients, and just the excitement that the guys were displaying, and anyone I used with that backdrop, the excitement that was going on set, anyone that was watching. I mean, it was, I don't want to use the word phenomenon, but it was eye-opening to me, and it made things so much fun and so impactful. So I thought, brainstorm, and stumbled across one of my old images where I had used the real lights, the Maxi Brute style video lights, with one of the Falcons players that I was working with at the time, and I've got that on the wall here. From that, I made these these roughed out prototypes, which didn't work very well. Quickly learned that this was not going to be the material of choice. Kind of just came up with, hired a seamstress. We put together some stuff, came up with different sizes for different boxes, and it just built as it did. Decided that with the response I was getting online from my pictures that I put out, that I would give it a go. And it's, I guess, like any kind of small business or business built on an idea, you never really know until you get it out there and see what happens. And it's really nerve-wracking because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time invested, and you just don't. I mean, I'm thinking back right now, it kind of gives me the shakes. You just don't know what's going to work. So fortunately, people receive this product. Some of y'all watching this hopefully have used this in your own shoots now. That is the greatest joy, I guess, as someone who does this, to be able to create something like this, put it out there, and watch other people find success using something that you've created. And that it's hard for me to put into words. Obviously, I'm a visual person at the end of the day, and I'm definitely not a wordsmith, but I know how it makes me feel. If you've used these with success in front of your clients, the people you put in front of your camera using these, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's something different. Obviously not every shoot calls for these, but it's as I like to say, it's a tool to have in your kit that you can pull out here and there. And in this day and age of, heck, with AI and everything that's going on now, and a lot of Photoshop stuff before that, what really drew me in is someone who has used Photoshop extensively in the past and created images for clients and all that kind of stuff. But just the raw images that come straight out of your camera, and you can turn your camera around and show the people you're working with what it looks like, because it looks completely different, obviously, to the naked eye when you're taking the pictures. And that feeling, that joy that they get, and the aha moment, and just the excitement. And that's what, to me, photography should be about. And when you work with your clients, that is what they should experience, in my mind. And that's kind of what I like to I guess a little tagline is that feel like the experience should be as important as the results. And that's where this all kind of grew from. And I think the reason that a lot of people have gravitated toward these products is that it gives you that tool. And so it drew the attention of Westcott. And if I were to, I guess back in the days when I was drawing this up 3 years ago or so, if I were to handpick a company that I would want to potentially partner with, it would have been Westcott, because I've used their gear in the past, and I know the quality of what they make. And you can call them up, you can get them on the phone, you can they're there to help us out as photographers. And so it was really remarkable to get that initial contact from the guys at Westcott. I was frankly blown away. We've been working on this partnership since last fall. And at that point, I'd been putting these out and getting feedback from you, the customers. And there were obviously some issues. And being a solo operator, a lot of these issues are really tough for me to tackle by myself and continue working as a professional photographer at a high level, and then creating these videos and doing all this stuff that I've enjoyed really doing over the past couple of years now. And so they presented an opportunity to help me with a lot of those issues and to do those things at a much greater level than I could do here by myself. So let's just kind of get into what the benefits are going to be for y'all with this partnership. First of all, it's just completely, everything's out there. They are fantastic to work with. I've enjoyed every step of this process. I mean, if you can go on my website, ProLight Mod's website, and click through to Westcott, to where these products now reside, and everything is just top level. It's only going to get better as we go along. But let's talk about just immediately some of the things that I wanted to address from the onset. And one of the main things, as me being a photographer who uses these and not just someone who's making a product, I am a user of this product. So the things that hold me up or barriers to me wanting to use these are the same I know that y'all deal with. And one of them is the convenience and setup time when you want to use these setups. I mean, obviously, if you're using just a base setup, you got your lights, all of them basically off camera. And when you want to set up a set with Pro Light mods, you're adding more to that set, which is going to be, there's going to be more time invested with that setup. And when we're having to use boxes, soft boxes, that are those old 4-pole boxes, we're basically having to set up a tent for every one of these lights. And I know that feeling of just dread, thinking about I'm going to have to set up all these boxes. It's going to take me an extra 30 minutes to get things going. Sometimes we don't have an extra 30 minutes. I mean, I totally understand that. And so that was one of my major things was, if we're going to have a partnership, obviously we need to have rapid style boxes, which are these boxes here. And these are the Westcott ones. There are other companies that make them. Other companies make some really nice ones. I am obviously now partnered with Westcott, so anything we make will be really designed to work with these boxes. It does not mean that you have to use Westcott boxes. You can stick with your old boxes too as well. And you've seen in recent photo shoots where I've shown other boxes. I don't want the fact that I am partnered with a company now to, I guess, raise suspicion about any time I talk about their products, just because I'm like shilling for this company. This YouTube channel will not be a advertisement for that type of, it never will be, but I will show the different options and try to give you an honest opinion of everything, just like I have with the lights in the past and everything along those lines. But having the partnership with them gives me direct access to helping design things that work with their products. So for those of you who haven't used one of these boxes, let me just open it up real quick. And you can just, every little detail they do is so impressive. These travel cases that they make for their lights, I mean, just ways to take care of your gear. I used them, as I mentioned a minute ago, for a long time before this partnership ever was a dream. But anyway, let me get to this. So these rapid boxes, they come just like this. You can have different adapters here. They got specific names for them. Drive them crazy because it's hard for me to remember all those, but the different adapters for different lights that you can do. But basically, this is how your box comes right out of the sleeve there. You've got a pole here in the middle. Let me pull this diffusion back. Hoping you can kind of see. You can tell I'm not good at these videos because I haven't set this up yet. All right, so there is you can see this right in here, kind of an open area where the 4 poles connect to a system in here which will extend the box. And then down here you've got a base kind of right there. So all you have to do to set this box up is to slide this on top of that, and then you can twist it and it locks in place. So basically you pull it out, stick your hand back here, you slide that on there, and I've messed the diffusion up, but that is how quick you can put this box up. And to take it down, it's the same thing. You just reach in here, you pull that out, and it collapses. So instead of pulling out a speed ring, trying to figure out which holes to stick the poles in, feeding those poles into the ends of the boxes, and then feeding them in, and then those, as you know, if you use those, the last pole is a nightmare to put up and to take down. And if you bend one of those poles in those other boxes, you're not going to have the stability in that box that you need for these to work correctly. So that was issue really number one that I wanted to make sure that we were going to have for all of you who are using these light mods, so we can take care of that convenience factor, cover that. I know these boxes are going to be a little bit more expensive, or maybe the definition of a little is going to be, everyone's going to have a different definition. They're going to be more expensive. than those other like 4-post boxes. But I feel like in the long term that you will make your money back in time to where it's worthwhile to invest in those. And just the thought of having to set up those older style boxes, it really makes it tough for me to get excited to set up a full setup with these. So that will be, that is like the number one hurdle that I wanted to cover with this agreement. And that being said, they are working on the 3x3 box. So, because there's not really one that works out there right now, and hoping to have that out very soon. So they're actively working on getting a 3x3 rapid box, so we can all stop putting together those other boxes and we can rapidly put together a setup using those, and that would be the last piece to the puzzle. Just a couple notes on the other ones. That 2x3 box I've got there, the measurements are a little bit shorter on the link side than a normal 2x3, so there will be a specific mod to go with that box. So if you're interested in that one, just look on the site. It says for the rapid 2x3, and then they have a standard 2x3 which will work with the other style boxes. Small Rig has a 2x3 box that works pretty well. And then moving from the rapid box, which is huge, there's also a case too where some of the larger boxes in particular, we would get, it was just hard for the box to maintain that stability, which we need to keep the circles circular, as I like to say, the integrity of the circles. And so we came up with a system, and bear with me, these are prototypes. The real ones are at Westcott now because they'll be shipping out as of this video that is out. You can go on the website and probably purchase a set. But these will be available with the mods that you'll get from Westcott. So for like the 3x4, you'll get 3 of these guys that you can just see how many that you want to apply to the boxes. The newer mods will have little Velcro pockets in them on the inside, which will hold these in place, but I made sure that we would have this adjustment in the center here. So anyone that has the previous versions of the mods, you will still be able to use these, and basically what you do is slide them in. Maybe y'all let me know if you want me to do a dedicated video on using these. But what you would do is just kind of slide this in behind. You can reach through the holes in the mod, and then you would just rotate it out, extend it out, and they will stay in place. And then you can stand back and look and check your circles. But it's, really for that 3x4 mod, these are fantastic. And like I said, you'll get 3 of these, and they'll have, let me show you, without making too much noise, they'll have these little rubber tips on them which will help hold them in place. And they'll come with the 2x3s, 3x3s, and the 3x4s, I believe. So you'll get those. You'll also, as sometimes we'll find in the corners, although you can adjust the corner and loosen it up once you have it in the box, it's still sometimes, depending on the box you're putting it on, especially these rapid boxes that have a lot of material, because they are high quality boxes, they're going to last you a long, long time. There would be a lot of, or a bigger opening, I guess I should say, up in the corner. And that's where we came up with these corner inserts. And so what you would do, I don't know, well, you can see that everything's black in here. These would basically Velcro onto the tops of the corners of your mod. And then you, as you put it into the corner, you'll be able to just kind of pinch that corner as usual, but you've got more material in there to keep that little light from leaking through the corner. So right there are 2 ways that we've been able to enhance the product in a short amount of time. And that's just kind of, I guess, the Westcott way of doing things. And instead of what I was doing sometimes with the 3x4s when I was having an issue, I was just getting a wire. And any of y'all who have emailed me about that, basically I was just cutting like a coat hanger gauge size wire, sticking it across the middle of the box. But this new system obviously is the much better mousetrap for that issue. So after the convenience and kind of the consistency obstacles that we have tried to tackle, with this partnership. Then it kind of, on the back end of things, doing this business by myself and having these modifiers manufactured first overseas, then here in the States, just the whole logistics of everything, having to get prototypes sent in and doing back and forth and then working, and it's a full-time job. And Westcott has, I mean, it's a whole different experience with them being streamlined with their manufacturers. I mean, this is what they do. And so bringing me in, that has just really opened up that channel directly to manufacturing. So we've been able to kind of get all this stuff done, improve on the things like you've seen here. And also that helps with R&D, that helps with coming out with new products that I'm excited to show y'all. And one of them right here that you've seen behind me this whole time, that I probably wouldn't have been able to really get done as quickly as it was done with Westcott's help. And this is the first mod to work over a circular modifier, so like a octabox. Inside this one is the 36-inch Manny Ortiz Beauty Dish. It'll also work on any 36-inch octabox round modifier type of a deal. You just got to make sure it's in that 36-inch range. And it is, let me show you, I got one here. It is the first modifier to go over the box. So with these are just like the Rapidbox I showed you here, just in a round form. So they pop open, super easy. And you'll see this over on the Westcott. We got a video, how to install video that shows you specifically how to do these. But it's really simple. It goes over the top. You'll have a seal here with drawstrings where you can tighten it, and you can quickly get these on your octaboxes. It gives a different look, and there'll also be a video showing how we've used these for different photo shoots. But it's just opening up a whole new way to attach these modifiers in a quick and easy way. On the end of and the future here, we've got new models coming out that are going to be working with different modifiers. I'm really super excited. So some of that is yet to come. This is available now, though, at launch. You'll be able to order this to go with your 36-inch octaboxes, or I guess maybe larger beauty dishes. This is more of a kind of a beauty dish, I guess. But once again, super easy to use, and the consistency, you can see it right behind me, how well or how nice that looks. So I didn't want to keep you here all day today. I wanted to make sure to show this to you, let you know that how excited I am to kind of have this now out in the open. I've kind of hinted here and there about some big announcements, and even now that this is out, we'll have some more announcements to come. It's going to be neat to see these out in the wild. You'll be able to pick these up at your any of your major retailers, B&H, Adorama, and your local photo stores should have them. If they don't, ask them to get them. Give a look over there at the Westcott website, see what's going on. Feel free to to reach out on social media. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'm looking forward to kind of getting some of this off my plate so I can focus on actually being a photographer again. Y'all probably have noticed the videos have been a little bit slower to come out. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes. I just want to thank everyone that's watched this video, that's made it here this far, that's been along this journey. I mean, this isn't a large YouTube channel by any stretch of the means, but I just want to say I do appreciate everyone that has come along for this journey. It's been a crazy couple years, but I'm happy to be here, and happy that y'all are here. And if you're still watching, thank you. And if you feel this is worthy, give it that thumbs up as usual. I'm gonna have more and more content coming out, so hit that subscribe button down there if you haven't already. A little bell so YouTube will let you know when I'm here. You can find me on social media at quantzphoto. There'll be a lot of stuff at the at Westcott. I think it's on Instagram. I need to do my homework. Obviously at ProLite Mods. I'll be doing some changes to the ProLight Mods website. Obviously, the orders will now go through Westcott. Really looking forward to the second half of this year and into the next. And as I always say in these videos, y'all please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you again in the next one.